Hi guys, Corey Wyatt here, the Coastal Agent. Been asked the question quite a bit recently, is the upcoming recession gonna cause the real estate market to drop? So let's look at some historical data and make that forecast. What are we waiting for? Let's jump in. All right, before we get into that, let's just go over what a recession really is. It's basically defined as, a consecutive 2 quarters, a slowdown in the gross domestic product. And typically that's, when we're seeing a ramp up in the economic growth, we see the peak and then we start to see a drop. And just a decline, for 6 months could define a recession. So it's inevitable that we're gonna be seeing a recession. Who knows exactly when that's gonna take place, but the big question is that gonna cause a negative impact on the housing market? So what I wanted to do is show you this chart here that has, what the housing prices did over the last 6 recessions that we've seen in the last 4 decades, starting from the 1980s. And if you see here, 4 out of the 6 recessions that we've seen have seen positive levels of appreciation in the housing market. 2 of them, one of which was a housing market, driven recession just recently, in 2008, we saw a pretty big drop in the housing market. And so most people nowadays, when they hear, recession, they think the housing market is gonna drop. But in reality, if you look at that chart, most of the time the housing market actually appreciates to a higher level. Now I know we're seeing high levels of interest rates increasing now, so I also wanted to point out, if you look at that chart in 1980, we were seeing over 6% level of appreciation in the housing market and interest rates were at 16%. So I don't think that we're necessarily gonna see a drop in the market because the other element is supply, and we're still super low, and I just don't see supply increasing dramatically. As I mentioned in my previous video, I do think that we're gonna see a slowdown in the market and see single digit levels of appreciation in the housing market, but not a huge drop. Hey guys, if you have any questions that you need answered regarding the real estate market, feel free to reach out to me at 619-200-3236 or on the web at sdcoastalagent.com. As always guys, thanks for tuning in. Make it a great day.